Court calls case, People versus Melissa Konwinski.
Assistant Public Defender White on behalf of Melissa Konwinski.
Your name?
Melissa Konwinski.
All right. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, we're asking for an adjournment for negotiations and to review videos.
You've seen the bond violation report?
Yes, Your Honor, and we have discussed it and I'm ready to address it when the court is ready.
Yes, I'm ready to address.
Ms. Konwinski stated that she did drink, but it was only that one day. This was the one-day slip-up. She didn't take the test within 15 minutes because she fell back asleep. She takes mental health medications at night, which has been reported to CMH, which make her fall asleep. She wasn't avoiding calls. One of the numbers that she gave was her boyfriend's number, and he said that he didn't receive any calls. The other number no longer works. She did believe they have her current number, but that phone only worked on Wi-Fi, but she recently got it switched to a phone with a SIM card, so it now works all the time. This Saturday, the 30th, she returns to work at Dunkin' Donuts. On the 11th of September, she will start a part-time inventory job. She also receives her Vivitrol on the 11th. On September 22nd, she has an appointment for mental health addiction recovery and an evaluation with IHA Trinity Health. She has been going to AA and has proof. Her letters of recommendations from
How long has she been going to AA?
She has the proof. How long have you been going?
I've been going over a year. It's a sunshine group. But since I've been out of rehab, this is what I have.
When did you get out of rehab?
I got out on the 15th
Of what?
August.
And she does acknowledge
And
that
started drinking by the 19th.
that was one day
One.
after. And since then, she has been testing negative. She has letters of recommendations from Bear River Health and one from her boss. She volunteered in Hanover, Michigan at Rust and Dust and has a letter from there also. She realized she slipped, and for the first time, she wants this court to know, she caught herself and immediately got back on track. And normally when she slips, she goes on a bender. Ms. Konwinski is asking for more time to test instead of twice a day so that she is more accountable to herself and to the court. We ask this court to recognize that she had no violations after that date and to give her another chance, especially since she has appointments set up for her mental health and for her addiction. She is also here today knowing that she could be remanded. She would also like to address this court.
Good morning, Your Honor. I first off want to thank you for back in December of evicting me from my ex's house. I'm glad that you did. I did not want it because that was a safe spot to drink. And since being evicted, things have changed. It's come into a lot in my life. I don't have to be in that household with him. And for that, I thank you very much. During the eviction, I was scared because I was giving up my way of drinking. And to this day, if I would have still been there with that man, I would probably be dead. So I thank you for giving me the eviction. And I do acknowledge and admit my part in this addiction and what I did. I'm not saying it was right, but I want to be fully honest with my recovery completely with sobriety because I don't have any more to give.
Response from the people.
This is an OWI third with two priors, both in 2021. This was a hit and run crash where the defendant was then located driving a vehicle with heavy front end damage. She was so intoxicated they couldn't even do the field sobriety test. Eventually, her blood test showed she was a 0.280. I have no faith that she can be safe in the community right now. I'm extremely concerned, and even with this gram Heather, given the levels that we see in the SoberLink testing. And I also know from the court, I'm sure the court's already seen it, it's towards the end of her testing window. So that leads me to have suspicion about what was it earlier in the day. I'm extremely concerned for public safety. Should she be released at all, I would ask that her bond be revoked and she be remanded. If the court is inclined to release her, I would absolutely request a scram tether. I don't think SoberLink is going to be sufficient to ensure public safety.
And Your Honor, I think she would be okay with that as she did ask for more times to test so that she could be more accountable to herself and to this court.
And Your Honor, I have to come back to that. I don't think more times to test is going to be an adequate solution here with somebody That's at a .28 crashes, runs from the scene and has 2 priors.
Let me clarify. I was saying that she would be okay with the scram tether.
He's currently in some type of program.
She starts her program on the
22nd.
22nd.
IOP intensive outpatient.
IOP intensive outpatient,
When
September 22nd. She starts
do
testing.
I have that? Is it somewhere in writing?
I have it on that.
She emailed it to me. I can send it to the court.
Well, you can send it to the court along with some order. There's got to be some structure. If she's not going to be in an IOP, I can't take the chance that she's going to go on another one of these, hop into a vehicle, and this time take somebody out. I can't do that.
Well, Your Honor, she has been negative, and that was just the one day slip up.
Yeah, but that's all it's going to take.
I
She's
understand.
got, this is her third.
I don't have a vehicle,
She is,
don't have a car. And I'm going to church and I'm doing AA and I volunteered. And I know what it looks like, but I wish people could see why I drink. To see the abuse and to see everything I went through, why the hell I was living in.
ma'am, I get all of that. The problem is that what's gonna happen outside of the alcohol, you
No.
could potentially end up killing yourself just from the alcohol. But then all it takes is one of these slip ups and somebody else goes, somebody who had nothing to do with any of that abuse, had nothing to do with anything. They're all of a sudden wrapped into your world and your tragedy that you've been suffering. I get it.
I understand that, but I haven't drove in over a year or 2 years. I'm willing to go with alcohol tether, and I'm fine with that, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, she now keeps in contact with me as a support system. She calls me weekly and we talk.
And I have like letters.
Got to put together something. I'll consider it next week in terms of programming or something like that that she's involved in.
Okay.
But
I do have
I'm not-
IOP set up. I do have it set up with Medicaid rides and everything. I've been really working hard since I've been out to get back on my feet.
Gonna happen again. Defendant's bond is revoked during the probable cause conference, September 4th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Okay, September 4th, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.